WFM 91.7.
My special guest once again is Ronke Ojekere, Initiator Society to Heighten Awareness of Women and Children Abuse. Hello, good afternoon, Ronke. How are you? Thank you for joining us on the program this afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on The Big Question this afternoon. Yes, so in celebration of the International Day of Conscience, which was done, that was actually yesterday, we want to talk about how peacekeeping can be used as a tool to calm and safeguard Nigeria. First of all, with all the happenings in Nigeria, I'm sure, of course, you're well aware of all the different happenings in Nigeria, all the recent, the high rate of insecurity in our country. I can go on and on, the kidnappings, the ritual killings, just so much going on. What would you say? Would you say we have actually sold our conscience in Nigeria? What would you say about that?
Well, that's a very broad question to ask. Selling your conscience actually depends on you as an individual. Yes, we know that the Nigerian state is full of all sorts of corrupt people, and what in our society is one thing that we must address, not as a person, but as a whole. We should look at so many sections when we try to look at how to address the conscience of man. Economically, we know that many people are saying that they are not very well empowered. And for that reason, if you decide to give them peanuts, they decide that they can do anything. What they say, I use their language, they are thinking of for the now. And I keep asking myself, what do people mean when they say they are looking at for the now? Because it's a terminology that is being used over and over again. Away from the fact that I look at for the now as bad English, but I believe that there's a total disconnect when we're looking at the conscience of man. If you sell your conscience, what about tomorrow? What about your children yet unborn? Are you thinking about how those ones would live tomorrow if you have sold your conscience because you want immediate gratification? Those are the things that we should always look at when things are happening. And it's such a pitiful state, because it's now that politics it's in the air and everybody is thinking of how much do I want to make immediately. They are not looking at the different things that have to come to play. I listened to the intro just now, and it's quite sad, because you and I know that the country is not really safe. I love to travel to my local community.
Yes.
And back in the day, I can decide that I want to travel at 4 p.m. And I know, give or take, that 5 p.m. I should be back in my homeland. But now, even at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., even at 10 a.m., we are not even sure. The uncertainties on our road, it's quite worrisome.
Yes.
So when we are looking at so many things that are centered around selling your conscience, we should also look at our safety. And many people are not doing that. So many things have occurred in the recent past. Even as I speak with you, we do not even know what is going to come up in the next minute as breaking news. So things like that are the things that we actually should think about when we are looking at peace and security and safeguarding in our society.
Yes. Now, you were talking about that some people can have the excuse of not being economically empowered. Do you think that is enough reason to commit crimes in this country?
Personally, I do not think that whether you are economically empowered, you should go into criminality.
Yes.
But that is the excuse many people use. When we don't have job, when my children have finished school 5-10 years ago, they are not empowered. There's no money. There's no this. There's no. I just think it's poverty of the mind. When everything that we do, we tie it down to naira and kobo.
Yes.
Nobody wants to work anymore. People are coming out of school and they're looking for white-collar jobs. That's why you find children going out and doing all sorts of ill vices in the society. So I don't see being economically empowered as a reason for criminality, because those who are criminally minded, whether you give them anything to do, whether they are empowered or not, once they have that criminality in them, no matter how much you give them, they must look for how to make extra money to support the attitudes or the things that they have learned. I think that criminality and empowerment shouldn't go hand in hand, but right now that's what we are looking at. They say, I'm not empowered. How do you want me to do this? How do you want me to do that? And that's why they are doing what they are doing.
Yes. Now let's talk about peacekeeping here, because we're actually talking about how to use peacekeeping as a tool to calm and safeguard Nigeria. In what way do you think peacekeeping can help to improve peace and security in this country?
I will start by telling you that today's peacekeeping is multi-dimensional. Their operations are not centered just on maintaining peace and security. It is used also to probably facilitate political processes, to protect our civilians. I think that is more of what peacekeeping in Nigeria does, to protect our civilians, to demobilize and to reintegrate. I don't know about former combatants, but I think that when you hear them saying they are doing peacekeeping, it's more like to reintegrate the former combatants, and also to support constitutional processes. I think that those are the things that we look at when we are looking at peacekeeping in our society today, when it has to do with safeguarding the society.
Now, do you think in Nigeria there is a lot of efforts being made or measures being put in place to ensure that there's peacekeeping in this country? Do you think so, or do you think we're not really we don't take it as a priority?
I think to a large extent, by and large, I think that we are taking peacekeeping well, I don't know whether to say very seriously, but to an extent we take peacekeeping in Nigeria seriously. But how serious, I do not know. But peacekeeping efforts in Nigeria is one that I would query. Many people might not query, because if we say we have gone deep into peacekeeping, why are we still having the kind of issues that we are having?
Yes.
You know, why have we not been able to solve many issues that are biting us hard?
In different parts of the country, there's been a lot of issues of bandits, a lot of killings, a lot of suspected Fulani herdsmen that are killing people and maiming people and hacking people to death, which a lot has been happening actually in Benue, actually. Now, this, of course, has generated a lot of outcry from people in those areas. And so would you say specifically the government is really addressing it? Because if it doesn't get addressed, there could be some kind of retaliation or some kind of revenge, which can further worsen conflict or even start wars in different parts of the country. What would you have to say about that?
It's not just in Benue State that we are having such issues.
Yes.
In other states where I am, the Fulani herdsmen have taken over almost every community.
Wow.
They come in under the guise that they are bringing their cattle to rear, and then they now become terrible. Almost every community, almost every village, almost every bush, we have these people in there terrorizing, maiming, raping, killing, and all that. So it's not just Benue State.
Yes.
I see a situation where if we do not nip it in the bud very soon, there will be, like you said, retaliations. And are we ready for war? I don't think I am not ready for war, but there will come a time where citizenry would have to now start to go after these people. Do our government know these people? I want to ask that question because the first time this thing started, we thought, okay, very soon they'll be able to curb it. Very soon, but it's like it's just going on and on and on and on. They go into. I was listening to the news. They entered Kaduna. They killed people, and they are killing just a particular set of people. You know, they go in, they kill the Christians and everything. One day I foresee a situation where, okay, let me protect myself. Me too, I will carry gun, because where are these people getting their guns from? You know, those are the things that we know. But I'm sure that government knows who these people are, and they should go after them. And they entered the barracks the other day, 2 days ago, and they killed soldiers. And you want the soldiers to keep quiet? You go into a community, you kill family members, you kill babies, you kill anybody you see, you destroy their crops, you burn their houses. I think that we should start looking inward now and start thinking of things to do that will put a finality into this. And these are the things that I think would help us more and more to ensure that we have peace and tolerance amongst ourselves.
Yes. Now, we are still on the Big Question on WFM 91.7. This is the Big Question on WFM 91.7. It is now 21 minutes past 12, and my special guest for today is Ronke Ojekere, the initiator of Society to Heighten Awareness of Women and Children Abuse. Yes, you can call in on 07000 917 917, 07000 917 917. If you want to make some comments, you want to share your opinion and views on what we're discussing right now on the Big Question. Yes, how do you think we can promote peace and tolerance in our society? What do you think? What do you think we can do to do that?
Promoting peace and tolerance, I think that we have to commit ourselves to be non-violent. That's one major thing that we should try to do, and that is by challenging and confronting any situation that we find ourselves in. Try to avoid any fight or physical use of force. That is if you are talking to somebody who is sane enough to know that these are things that we should do. In any sane society, we should be able to extend, to a large extent, some kind of help when we find people who are in need of our help. Peace and tolerance should start by teaching our children on how to be calm at all times, and to teach them how to be, when I said how to be tolerant, and then we should also see all forms of injustices and discrimination. When we see those kind of things, we should actually be able to speak out. We shouldn't have any fear to holding us from voicing what is right from what is wrong. When you have that opportunity, we should not be too quick to get angry. I know that anger triggers a whole lot of things, and then we should try to be more compassionate and more understanding with other people's feelings. Now I'm talking of in an ideal situation, because I don't know those people who are coming in and causing all sorts of havoc. I don't know what kind of background they are coming from, but being in a religious community, one should also have an opportunity to be able to promote our ministries and social problems, like being able to do things on charity basis.
Yes.
Those are the kind of things that I think, would aid us in whatever it is we are doing, especially when we're looking at peace and tolerance.
Yes, yes. I think you really mentioned a good point, a very valid point. You talked about how we talk to our children. And I think the way they're brought up also has a big impact. Now, do you think the way children are being taught, being brought up, the way we talk to them about other people, other ethnicities, other tribes, do you think that can also worsen or cause tribalism in our society? Because also one of the major keys or reasons why there's a lot of conflict has to do with tribalism as well. Not being very, very welcoming to other tribes, although it's not everyone, but it's a big issue in Nigeria. Do you think the root cause of this is from the way parents bring up their children?
Well, I wouldn't say that has too much to do with it. We should always remember, first things first, we are one Nigeria. Anytime I have to talk about one Nigeria, I remember old national anthem that says, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. So
yes.
I think that when you bring up your children knowing that I may be Yoruba, I may be Igbo, I may be Hausa, I may be Fulani, I may be Ijo.
Okay, we have a call coming. Can you just quickly pick up this call, please? Sorry to interrupt you. Let's pick up this call. Hello? Hello? Hi, good afternoon. What is your name, please? Where are you calling from?
Is that Women Radio?
Yeah, this is the Women Radio.
Okay, listening to the program with the
All right, what is your name, please? Where are you calling from?
My name is Andy.
Ambrose. Hello, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to appreciate my sister very okay. And yes,
Okay. All right, do you have any comments on what we're talking about? I said, do you have any? Yes. I said, do you have any comments on what we're talking about?
Well, I just joined in. I know she's been very vocal, but women. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I just joined in the program.
Okay.
I don't know what she's been talking about.
Okay.
The issue of women, children, girls, young girls.
Yeah, we're talking about. Yes.
Fighting.
Yes. We're talking about using.
I appreciate the good work she's been doing.
All right. Thank you very much for calling.
And quite on the media of versus like this in Nigeria.
Yes.
But the state of abuse is becoming too much. I think she's on the right track.
Okay.
And all support should be given to her.
Okay. All right.
And that's what I want to say.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We do appreciate your call. Thank you. All right. Let's move on. Yes, you can also call in as well if you want to make comments on what we're talking about today on the big question, which is using peacekeeping as a tool to calm and safeguard Nigeria. Yes. Hello, Ronke. You're still on the line, please.
Yes, please.
Sorry about that. Please go ahead.
No, it's okay. So I was saying that bringing up our children to understand that we are from different ethnic groups should not foster violence. Where you see yourself as your brother's keeper.
Yes.
You were asking me, do I think that that now can be a reason why. Well, fine, yes. When people know that things, they look at one group as a group that is causing all sorts of violence in the society, you find many parents shying away from having their children being friends so that their children can be safe. But I don't think that should actually happen because if children are in school together, we shouldn't discriminate on who your child's friend should be. Proper upbringing should tell you that your children can go anywhere and make friends with anybody.
Yes.
Now, what I found out is when two children are friends and one obviously is teaching the other something that is wrong. There should be some kind of correctional measures to ensure that you check children at a very early stage. Yes. I believe that if you start correcting children at a very early stage to know the do's and don'ts, the rights from the wrongs, I think that we will place that child in a better pedestal where a father and mother says, I do not want you doing certain things. Yes. You should know that is what your father and mother frowns at. But stopping your child from being friends with another person because of tribe, I do not subscribe to it at all. Because your tribe does not define the criminality that exists in certain individuals. You know. You won't find good Fulani people. You won't find good Hausa people. You won't find good Igbo, Yoruba, or even the Ijaw people. So let us look for the goodness in a tribe and not look for the negative aspects of a tribe to now start teaching our children on what to do. Yes. We should be able to foster peace and unity amongst ourselves. Yes. And then extending it to our children.
Well, thank you so much. We're out of time. Thanks so much, Ronke Ojekere, for being on the program with us. We do appreciate you, and I do have a great and wonderful day, and would hope to have you again on the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. For having a lovely day. Thank you.
And you do the same too. Thank you.
All right, that has been Ronke Ojekere, the initiator of Society to Heighten Awareness of Women and Children Abuse on The Big Question. My name is Timi Tokwe Ulule. Stay tuned to WFM 91.7.
WFM 91.7.